Okay, this next lesson is called Pythagorean's theorem. So this Pythagorean theorem also deals with radicals, almost as radical as that goat. And we are going to use our radicals, the idea of radicals, to find a side in a right triangle. So a right triangle is a triangle that has a 90-degree angle. Obviously, a triangle has three what are called legs, okay? There are two legs or two lines of the triangle that make up that right angle. Those are called legs in this situation. And the line that's across from the 90-degree angle, like this, it's opposite of it, is called the hypotenuse. And you need to know that because you need to always enter the largest number of the three numbers into the hypotenuse. Now, if you don't know what one of the numbers is, then you need to go with how it's labeled, A, B, or C, or whatever it's labeled with, okay? So you're never going to assume that the large number is the hypotenuse if you're looking for three numbers, unless it says that, unless it tells you that that is your C, okay? So C is always the largest number, that is our hypotenuse, and this is our equation. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. If you put it into words, it's leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared, but really the only thing you need to remember is that C is your hypotenuse, C is the line that is across from or opposite the right angle, okay? So let's look at what we're doing. So if we were going to determine if these three numbers made a right triangle, we would put these three numbers into our Pythagorean theorem, and they would be called a Pythagorean triple if it satisfies or makes this true. So let's look how to do that. So I'm going to take my equation, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I'm going to take my largest number, which is 13, and I'm going to put it in for my C. Then the 12 and the 5 can go in whichever order they want on the other side. It doesn't matter. This could be 12 squared, this could be 5 squared. Okay? 12 squared is 144, 5 squared is 25. I add those together. I do all of my work going down because I am comparing what this side is doing compared to this side. So once I know that this is 13 squared and 169, I just keep bringing that down, bringing it down, bringing it down until I know what my left side is so that I can decide if it's equal to my right side. In this case, it is. So if we were going to look at another set of numbers, 6, 12, and 18, and decide, is this a right triangle? Is this a Pythagorean triple? Then I would do the same thing. Write down your equation, 6, 12, 18. Which one is your C? I'm hoping you said 18. 18 is your C, so you plug that in. And again, you work down, always working down, because you need this side to stay on this side and this side to stay on this side. When you work down, you get 180 on the left, 324 on the right, and they are not equal to each other. So the answer to this question is they are not. It's not a right triangle, okay? Okay, so what happens if I'm asked to verify if it's a right triangle? I want to take and I want to put my numbers into the correct spaces in the Pythagorean theorem. So which one is my hypotenuse? My 3, my 4, or my 5? We have to look at where the right angle is, draw a line out of it, and it points to 5. So that's going to be my C. That's all that matters when you're entering your numbers, is that you put your C in the right spot. The A and the B are interchangeable. Okay? So now I've got 5 squared on this side, 3 squared, and 4 squared. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. Good. 5 squared is 25. Good. Now keep working down. Is 25 equal to 25? Sure is, which means that this is indeed a right triangle. Okay? So, next, sometimes we're asked to find the missing side. So in this triangle, we're asked to find B. In this triangle, we're asked to find X. Is X my A, my B, or my C? I need to know that, okay? So for number 4 here, after I determine what my C is, which is my C? My 15, good. Not because it's bigger, not because it's bigger than 7, but because it's across from or opposite the right angle, okay? So my 15 is going to go in for my C. My 7 can be my A squared because I'm looking for B squared, so I have to keep B squared as B. If I do the math, I get 7 squared is 49, B squared is B squared. Subtract my 49 from both sides, I get 176. Now, here's the important part. That is equal to B squared. And remember in the last lesson we just learned to undo a square, we need to square root it. So that'll cancel this, B will be by itself, and then I'm just going to enter this into the calculator and round to the nearest tenth. Okay? Make sure you ask questions. Just message me in Schoology if you've got questions. Okay? For number 5, what side, how long is C? X, 10, or 6? Good, I hope you said 10 because 10 is the number that's opposite the right angle. And so now I can do my math. 10 goes in my C position. Oh, must be on the next screen. 10 goes in my C position. That's not the same problem. Okay, let me go back to that. Okay, that's all I'm giving you. 10 goes in your C position, and then I would like you to make sure you get the answers 8. So what number goes in A, what number goes in B? Keep your sides separate. Work all the way down, but make sure to undo either your A or B depending on where you put your X, okay? Make sure you undo that by squaring it, and that's how you're going to get X equals 8. Okay. 6, number 6 on your thing. First of all, change this to a 15, not a 15.1. Okay, sorry, I forgot to change that in our notes. What side do we know? A, B, or C? What do we know and what are we trying to find? Really, I'm asking which one is C. Great, I'm hoping you said X because that is across from the right angle. It doesn't matter how your triangle is drawn. It just matters that you're looking across from the right angle. So that's our X. Now, here is the thing. You guys mess this part up a lot because you forget to work down, okay? Because you've got this X over here, you oftentimes write whatever this is over here, and then you're confused. So, keep working down. 8 squared is 64, 15 is 225, and bring down your X squared. Now, I can add those up. I get 289. Again, I have to undo my square by square rooting both sides. That's a bad square root symbol, I'm sorry. But you should get X is equal to 17. Okay? All right, let's see what we have next. That is all, my friends. Use your notes to figure out what you're doing. Make sure you place your C first, and then go from there. God bless.